This is a royal charter granted to City of Lincoln by Henry VI. The charter is 47 cm wide and 52.3 cm long as a whole in folded position. A charter is a public document recording the rights and privileges of a public or private corporation, such as a university or a city. These privileges have the courts of law validity, so they could not be annulled unless the king himself do so or the recipient renounce voluntarily. This charter is archived a corporation acquiring real estate with £120 per year. It authorized in November 24, 1456. It was possibly the earliest example of acquiring real property. Historically, there are two main colors of the Great Seals, red and green. From Henry III to Henry VIII, green seals are used for more significant documents and red ones are for the privy.
The current condition of this charter is structurally stable, which could be safely handled with care. Apparently, the seal had once broken and was repaired in the past, which the toffee color wax is the previous restoration. The surface of the charter is heavily soiled, which the inner side of it is found to be much brighter than the outer. Various stains are also found on the parchment surface, then a scratch led to the loss of parchment. Due to the continuous folding movements, creases occur to the double-folded areas. If the movements continue, the object is stored in improper environment, and mishandling happens, the creases might deteriorate into tears. The wax seal is assumed to be cleaned during the previous restoration. Comparing to the one storage in King's College, Cambridge, which is covered by a layer of dust, this one has only small amount of dust accumulated at some corners of the relief. The seal had probably broken into more than 4 pieces, because there is a cleavage which corresponds to the wax treatment at the verso. The previous wax treatment covers parts of the original. The tassel of the charter is slight pilling and some metal threads pop up, but the whole tassel is still structurally stable and strong. The dye on it faded through the time, which the color in the twist is more vivid than the outer.
The appearance and the condition of the charter that can be observed with human eyes was just discussed. Let's look into something that couldn't be seen with our naked eyes from this charter. First, let's look at the charter under the microscope.
This is the parchment under the view of microscope. Parchment is a sheet material with strong stress made from the skins of domesticated animals like sheep, calves or goats. Different animal skins have various characters. Calf's hair distributes evenly on the skin and is thick to make the parchment skin having larger follicles. Goat's hair spreads into 2 rows, therefore the skins are having 2 rows of follicles in 2 different sizes. Sheep's follicles are the finest among the 3 and distributes much randomly than the others. The parchment of the charter is likely to be the sheepskin, which, comparing with the known sheepskin sample, the web texture and the random and small follicles distributing on the skin are the characters of sheepskin. Let's move on to the tassel. The tassel consists of metal, green and pink dyed threads. We can see that the metal thread is made from beaten foil strips entwined spirally around a fiber core. So far, we don't know what kind of metal it is, but I'll let you know later. The sparkling luster of the threads makes people think of it being silk, but when we look at them under higher magnification, fiber of the thread has segment figure, which is the character of linen. Now move on. Let's see what will happen if we put the charter into an X-ray machine. Surprise! 2 sewing needles are inserted into the seal to hold the repair wax. And we can see where the original is covered by the previous restoration material. Another interesting thing is that the ink shows slightly bright color in the X-ray photo, which indicates that it might be an iron galling, because metals have high density, which makes X-ray couldn't penetrate through it, so they will show as a bright area in an X-ray photo.
We are now going to the atomic space to see the elements of the charter.
X-ray fluorescence could help us to determine the elements of materials. The metal thread, we can tell it was made from brass because copper and zinc was detected by XRF. Iron was also found contained in the ink by XRF, which our previous hypothesis that it was an iron galling can be proved. Guess what? There is copper in the original green wax. Verdigris is a copper acetate pigment which is commonly used for toning the wax seal through the Middle Ages. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have learned something more and deeper about this charter.